The Maltese Walter by John Minigan. A modern therapist's office in Los Angeles. A desk, a coat rack with a man's long trench coat, a chair and couch. A closed office door with glass that reads in reverse, Dr. James Eddy, therapist. Dr. Eddy is seated at his desk making some notes. A shadow appears.
Hello, come on in. You're Walter?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Walter. I'm Dr. Eddy.
Dr. Eddy, thanks for seeing me on such short notice.
You seemed upset when you called.
Well, my whole future depends on this. I just don't know what to do.
Sounds serious, Walter.
Can you help me?
I can sure try. Have a seat. Now, you said over the phone that you think you're a superhero.
No.
No?
I don't think I'm a superhero.
I'm sorry, I thought that...
I am a superhero.
Yes, of course. Of course. Now, what do you think? I mean, what is your superpower?
Film noir.
Film noir?
You see, right now I'm just Walter, mild-mannered and, well, basically shy assistant bookkeeper at Houston Tuttle & Wells. But when I need to, I can transform into...
You can tell me, Walter. This is what I do for a living. You can transform yourself into...
Noir Man!
Noir Man?
Yes, Dr. Eddy. I'm Noir Man.
I don't understand what that means.
I was taking this continuing ed film class at USC. One day we were screening some German expressionism. Murnau, Fritz Lang, you know, film, not video. I got cut on the edge of a piece of film, and ever since then...
Yes?
I'm Noir Man!
I still don't understand.
I can turn any moment into film noir.
Okay. Wow. Any moment. What about now?
Now?
A simple first visit to a therapist. Is that something you could easily...
Walter takes a flask out of his jacket. Lighting changes dramatically.
It was a small office, and he was a small therapist. But on the wall hung a diploma from a big school back east that liked to hide its secrets behind ivy and a whole lot of Protestants.
Whoa, okay, I get it.
I suspected him from the first. If he knew as much about human nature as his bona fide claims, what was he doing with the sweater vest and the penny loafers?
Walter!
Walter puts the flask away. Everything shifts back to the office, and the sax stops playing.
See what I mean?
I do. That was impressive. You went kind of far away on me there. So, if I understand the problem...
Well, I haven't mentioned the problem yet.
Well, you sort of shifted the old genre there, you might say.
Well, that's not the problem. I like my superpower.
You do?
My clothes fit better. There's always a ceiling fan. I like it.
Walter, from what I've read, the essence of most superpowers is that they allow the superhero to do something people can't normally do, to achieve a sort of goal.
Noir Man does that.
He does. You achieve something?
Most people walk through the world blind, Dr. Eddy, not really seeing the truth about people. I see the truth. I see the dark underbelly in everyone. I see your dark underbelly, Dr. Eddy.
Oh, actually,
Walter takes out his flask, and the scene again transforms. The sax is on plays.
I don't know if I made the little guy nervous, but he started to shake like somebody was making a martini deep inside him.
oh All right, that's quite enough of that.
Ask away. We are back in the office.
If you don't think this is a problem, why does your whole future depend on my help?
It's my girlfriend, Vera. Oh, God.
What is it?
She'll be here any minute. We're supposed to get married tomorrow.
Supposed to.
She says she's had enough. She says I have to give up my superpower and become plain old Walter, or the wedding's off.
I see.
She's kind of a rom-com girl. I mean, I love her. She's sweet, she's pretty, and well-educated, and she smells good too. I never thought a girl like her from the moment I met her.
Walter takes out his flask and the room transforms. Saxophone plays.
I knew she was trouble. She was leaning against the doorway of an oily dive called The Turning Point.
Vera is leaning against the office doorway in a broad-brimmed hat, smoking a cigarette.
She looked at me and slowly pulled the cigarette out from between her lips. Doc, if I was that cigarette, I would have cried. Then she said,
You look lonely, mister.
I told her my name wasn't Mister. It was Walter. Walter Wiggles.
Wiggles? That's a funny name for a man who stands so erect.
Walter, please. Can you...
Walter puts the flask away. The lighting changes. Sax stops and we are in the office. Vera takes off the hat. She probably smells just great.
That's better. You must be...
I'm Vera, Dr. Eddie.
She thought she'd better come along.
Well, Vera, I don't normally do couples therapy, but it's a day full of surprises. Have a seat. Now, Vera, Walter tells me you don't like his, superpower.
I don't, Dr. Eddie. I don't like it at all.
Why is that?
Tell him, Walter.
She says she doesn't like the way I think of her when I'm Noir Man.
Don't, Walter. You look at me like I'm some kind of, I don't know, under-moral, over-sexed, pouty sleaze bucket. Pardon my vulgarity, Dr. Eddie.
It's good to get these feelings out.
And he keeps talking about my underbelly. I really don't like that.
Of course not.
Anyway, I'm not that kind of girl. Am I, Walter?
No!
Sometimes I think that's what you really want. Some creepy, dangerous, Black Widow spider kind of a woman. I'm a Mormon, Dr. Eddie.
Good for you. Is that true, Walter? Are you unhappy that Vera is such a wholesome, gorgeous, fresh-faced angel of a woman? It's a standard question in therapy.
I love her, Dr. Eddie.
Then you have to give up this crazy way of behaving. Doctor, my whole family's flown in from Salt Lake City for the ceremony. Walter told me he'd given all this up, but today, when I was helping him pick out outfits for the honeymoon, I found these in the bottom of his sock drawer.
Vera reaches into her large purse and pulls out first a gray fedora, then a black rotary dial telephone, then a Maltese Falcon.
He lied to me, Dr. Eddie. He's still Noir Man.
I guess he is.
I tried, Vera. I wanted to go straight. I really did. Then I met your mom and dad. Your Aunt Lenore and Uncle Brigham. Grandpa Mitt. I just couldn't do it. I have to hold on to these things or I'll go out of my mind.
They make me feel so dirty, Walter. If you loved me, you'd give them up. You'd give it all up. The street lamps, the fog, the falcon. You have to make a choice. It's Noir Man or me.
Dr. Eddie, what should I do?
Depends on what you want, Walter. You could have a wonderful life with Vera. Years of happiness with a fine woman. Beautiful woman. A really nice smelling woman.
Thank you, Dr. Eddie.
Or keep your superpower and continue to be Noir Man. Lonely, isolated, poorly lit Noir Man. You have to make a choice. She loves Walter, and you can't love Noir Man, can you, Vera?
Noir Man doesn't trust me. And I think trust is essential, don't you?
It is. It's the most important thing. She has to know she can trust you, Walter, and she has to know that you will trust her. I don't imagine Noir Man is ever going to trust like that.
You know it's true.
So what's your decision? What's it going to be?
I don't know if I...
Please, Walter. Are you or are you not going to let me be Mrs. Walter Wiggles?
I do like the sound of that. And trust is the most important thing, isn't it, Doctor?
I think maybe it's time to give me the flask, Walter.
I'll do it. I will. From this moment, I renounce my powers. Here.
Careful.
Walter takes out his flask and gives it to Dr. Eddie, who pockets it.
Thank you, Walter.
No more Noir Man. Now I'm just Walter. Mild-mannered and, well, basically shy assistant bookkeeper at Houston Tuttle and Wells. I trust you, Vera.
Thank you, Walter. That's exactly what I needed to hear.
I mean, what's the matter with me? I feel like a weight's been lifted.
It has. And thank you, Dr. Eddie.
For you, Vera, anytime.
Vera! What are you doing?
Vera pulls a handgun from her bag and points it at Walter.
What's the matter, Walter? Haven't you ever seen a gun before? What do you want me to do? Count to 3 like they do in the movies?
Well, but Vera, what about trust?
1,
She shoots Walter.
2,
She shoots him again.
3.
She shoots him again.
Like I said, Walter, it's a day full of surprises.
Dr. Eddie toasts Walter with the flask.
You're right, Vera. Worked like a charm.
Of course it did. As soon as he left the house, I got the keys to his Buick, his bank deposit box, and the safe at Houston, Tuttle and Wells. Tijuana is waiting.
Sure you made the right choice, doll?
You know what they say, Eddie. Once you go noir, you'll never go back.
A saxophone plays. Vera takes the flask and drinks. Dr. Eddie picks up the gray fedora that was in Vera's bag, while Vera goes to the door and poses. Dr. Eddie puts on the hat, walks to the doorway and joins Vera's pose, kissing her once again. Black.